Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Open Tabs podcast. I'm Calvin Smith, my main man, Joe Carlos. Joe, what up, brother?
Hey, man. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, man. Hey, a lot of fantasy leagues were affected by more serious things than fantasy. Real life interjected into fantasy. But I was, tough decisions had to be made in a lot of leagues, I was just happy to be there. I'm happy that we were the ones there. You know what I mean? And,
yes.
Happy about the outcome. I'm happy that Damar Hamlin's went home today.
Yes.
I'm happy about my dogs. How about them? You actually work there. You have more of a claim in actuality than me. I only spent a few hours, maybe saw a daybreak or two at Brumby Hall or somewhere like that. You know what I mean? But you
Brumby. Okay.
No. I was an innocent guy.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just there visiting friends.
Sure.
But Brumby Hall.
Okay.
UGA. You were a UGA employee, man. So you know.
I was. It actually from 2008 to 2010, they were number one in the country when I got there, and it was not the best time to be a fan of the red and black.
Yeah.
There was an infamous game that essentially started a dynasty.
Yeah, I still get mad when I see those black jerseys, actually.
Yeah, that was the third game of the season, third or fourth game of the season. And
watched that game at Beyond the Edge with Johanna Hill, who was a huge Roll Tide fan. So, yes.
Well, brother, I'd never seen anything like it. But let's talk about now. So it's last year, amazing feat for them winning. Obviously, a big deal for Georgia, particularly when they beat Alabama to win. Last year, and then this year, beating, running the tables, SEC champion, won the semifinal, and then obviously the final. It's just amazing. I'm so happy for the people of Athens, and after, years and years of disappointment, it's great. It's great. This is a special time, and hopefully, everyone really savors this time and doesn't take it for granted at all, because they were pretty starved. They were big fans then and very, very starved for this type of success at the time, and it's special that it's happening. So
absolutely.
Yeah, but not long-suffering fans like yourself, though. You've had a nice little run here, because you think about it. You got this, you got the Braves. This has been a nice little thing, man.
Can't complain. I won't complain. I used to be a long-suffering sports fan. I still have, I would love, I think all Atlantans, for whatever reason, would love to see the Falcons do something great. But that being said, the Braves, the Braves are perennial champions. They are always in the thick of it. And Georgia, look, man, shout out to my main man, Sterling Sanders, who was there at SoFi Stadium. He was able to check out the game in person and commiserate with I guess not really commiserate, celebrate with other Georgians. I think last year was exercising demons, and this year was a coronation.
I'm a little worried about next year, but we're not going to worry about next year right now.
Yeah. We gotta answer some questions at quarterback. We gotta, I liked what I saw out of Carson Beck. I liked what I saw out of Branson Robinson, but it was against the end. This is the end. It was at the end. So, it is what it is. But I'm happy, extremely happy. I've been a little bit obnoxious with a few people. Not quite as obnoxious as I could be, but just like to point out some things. There's been the talk about Bama, if Bama had been there, if Bama, blah blah blah.
Well, they didn't win.
They didn't win. They didn't. And the two teams they lost to, Georgia, actually had an opportunity to play and had a much better showing against those two teams they lost to. So, you know, the transitive property doesn't work in football. We know that. And Bama certainly would be more prepared and has some familiarity with Georgia. But I still like our chances. But like the Tootsie Pop, the world will never know because they didn't win.
True. So very true. Well said.
And the look on Nick's face as he's sitting in the commentary booth and not on the sideline, and David Pollack lets him know that the way of the college football landscape has changed, and you know, he had no response. It was a fine moment for me.
There was not a lot he could say at that moment.
No.
Truly, not a lot he could say at that moment. I agree with you.
Truly. If you don't mind, I'd like to just very quickly change the tone just a bit.
Please go ahead.
And, give a somber shout out. Unfortunately, over the weekend, I was perusing my Instagram, as it were, and ran through a story, and one of my friends from Meharry posted a story about. I just saw a picture of my childhood friend Kevin Lemons, and the picture was resplendent, as Kevin often was. He was the leader of a group, Kevin Lemons and Higher Calling, which was a very popular gospel group. Unfortunately, Kevin passed away in his sleep on January 7th.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
I like to share just two quick stories. One, when we were in second grade, Kevin's family unfortunately was the victim of a fire in their home, and so my father wanted to kind of take me to show me what we do for our neighbors, because he lived about 6 houses down from me on Loch Lomond Trail in Loch Lomond Estates in Southwest Atlanta. And so we went and delivered some clothes. Kevin happened to be a lot bigger than me even back then. And so I told my dad, I was like, he's not going to fit these clothes that we're bringing. He's like, that's not the point, son. You know, we're bringing, trying to help, we brought blankets, all this kind of thing, because they lost a lot in that fire. His father was a sheriff, and they recovered, obviously, but that was one of the things. The other thing was in fourth grade, myself, Kevin, my good friend Rashard Sanders, friend of the show, listens to us often, and my buddy, my best friend, my best man Niall Alexander. The four of us were a part of the science project that we would get together on weekends. We went to Rashard's dad's office, put together the science project. I think it was about conductivity of materials or something. I don't even remember what it was about. But the four of us won the Greenbrier Science Fair that year, the Greenbrier Mall, in fourth grade. Lots of good times spent, we went to Village Inn to celebrate, and had some good times with Rashard's little brother Eric, who was a very entertaining young kid. But I will always remember Kevin to be such a good, kind-hearted, spirited guy. We used to share the same lunch table in fifth grade, and we got made fun of because we would take the young ladies' trays to the tray dispenser. And the homie now was like, nah, man, that's, y'all some suckers for doing that, blah, 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 blah. But, we liked the ladies even back then. And, and so Kevin touched a lot of hearts, a lot of minds. He was, as I mentioned, he was the leader of a gospel group. And, the outpouring is still ongoing on social media.
That brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Kevin Lemons.
Okay.
So, rest in peace to Kevin. I don't have a negative memory of Kevin. So I'm thankful for that. So shout out to him. On a different note, and we're talking about music. I always love when we talk about music, Joe. I love our movie. Obviously, we're rooted in movies. That's our thing. Yeah. But when we digress into music, it brings me pleasure. And this week has been a real pleasurable week because a lot of, for whatever reason, people are digging into archives and posting these things. And I'm sure you've seen them, these Jet top 20s.
Yeah.
Man.
God bless whoever made those for the Jet.
Thank you for scanning those things in.
As Jeff Bennett calls it, the Jet. Yes.
The Jet.
The Jet. Yeah.
Hey, man. Page 43. Shout out to Page 43 and Jet.
Shout out.
Every brother and some sisters know. You know what I mean?
Always.
Yeah, man. Page 43. But, man.
In the state of Maryland, and Lamont McLemore.
Yes. Oh. Hey, man. If you know, you know. The DMV Club. Shout out. Hey, man. Hey.
I didn't
Shout
know
out to
until I was at Howard University.
There's Suka Jeans and
Howard University is where I went to school. Yes,
a lot of beautiful women there. Dude, so I discovered or rediscovered a song. I never knew the words to this song, so I couldn't describe it, and I can't sing like how you sing. But Patty Austin's "The Heat of Heat," in the heat of heat. I didn't know she was saying "in the heat of heat," and so I could never find this song. But I was like, let me put together a playlist, and then I listened to it. I was like, oh crap! I've been trying to find this song for 25 years, and I found it.
I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy for you, actually. Truly happy for you.
One last shout out, real quick.
Go ahead.
In the vein of discovering music, man, I got my friend Kalila has put me onto Game, man. There is this radio station on Apple Music called Soulection Radio. Soulection Radio. SOULECTION Radio. Okay. And on the station, they play everything from world music, African music to like remixes of like Chucky Booker. Like, I mean, bro, it's like it is like 2 hours. He comes up with a playlist every week. It's weekly. It's on Saturdays. And brother, this playlist. So I mean, and then like she put me onto Brief Encounter. This group called Brief Encounter that has like 7. Like I guess they were out of North Carolina. Never blew up, but and then this group, The Edge of Daybreak, that had a song "Let Us." So I wanted to shout out Kalila for putting me onto that. Thank you, because I love music, as evidenced by our show tonight. So Joe, where are we going tonight? What are we doing?
We're sailing. I don't know how else to say it. We're talking yacht rock, man. And when you talk yacht rock, you obviously have to have a base of understanding of what that means.
Yes.
So, we're you were born at 78, 79? 79. I was born in 74. We were born with music around us, music in the house. We were raised with music around us, music in the house. Obviously, music was very, very important to both of our upbringings. Your father is a legend for any number of reasons, but definitely for his connection to radio and the music of an era, particularly, and a tastemaker in that regard. And so fortunately, he and your mother, excuse me, raised you in a house where there was at least an appreciation for music, which you adopted. You've been very, very, how you say, shout out to Michael Scott. You've been very, very strict with the way that you have only used your MP3s or MP4s, to listen from time to time. I've seen you lately, you delve into a little streaming a little bit now, a little more than that, than you once did. But yacht rock, so we were raised in a time, we're from the 80s, like Jay said, which is really from
I'm an 80s baby.
Yeah, ATL, right? But we were raised at a time when there was some amazing, now what we call soft rock or yacht rock, which is I guess there's two different versions of soft rock and yacht rock, but two different genres essentially. But the definition of yacht rock, according to the great people at Wikipedia, so it's good because anybody can give their opinion, is a broad music style and aesthetic commonly associated with soft rock. So it's a subset of soft rock. And one of the most commercially successful genres from the mid 70s to the mid 80s. So if you think about it, it's really got to go from like 75 to 85. But if you want to add some artists in, because the genre itself was powerful.
Yeah,
you could add certain artists that were greatly influenced by that 10-year span.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, of its dominance, I guess, in a sense. So, but it's usually looked down upon and made fun of. But let's be honest. Hey, man, there's whole industries, whole industry created to this.
So $1.4 billion industry.
Yes, the West Coast sound or adult-oriented rock. So
shout out to the marinas in the West Coast.
All of them, you know, like particularly in Catalina, right?
Catalina.
So according to Wikipedia, it draws on sources such as smooth soul, smooth jazz, R&B, and disco. Puts a little rock in there, gets it all together with common stylistic traits, including high quality production, clean vocals, and a focus on light, catchy melodies. And you know, its name, coined in 2005 by the makers of the online video series Yacht Rock, was derived from its association with the popular Southern California leisure activity of sailing. So tonight we're talking yacht rock, man. Yes. West Coast sound, man.
Yes.
And there are some great ones. And when you stop and think about it, it is a big part of American culture, and that is not defined by, thank gosh, by race.
Yes.
Beautiful music is beautiful music.
Yes.
And it's like football. It's one of our common denominators and one of our unifiers. And so, and you and I, we have eclectic and broad tastes when it comes to music anyway. So
yes, we do.
You know, we don't care if you see that we are listening to this certain music after we've shared it with you on our social media or anywhere else. So we really don't care what you. I'm going to give I've mentioned this story earlier, but I'll mention it later as well. But so we're talking yacht rock tonight, man.
Yes, absolutely.
And some of our faves and things of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, you know, you hit the nail dead on the head. You know, you talked about. Thank you for talking about Dad's career, because like, so the station that he started at, WGST, shared space with an FM station. And the FM station they shared space with was actually Peach 94.9, which was the pinnacle of soft rock. And they would get these gold CDs monthly. And the gold CDs would be the top 25 or whatever. I mean, I don't know how they fit that many songs on there, but the top 25 or so soft rock songs, you know what I mean? And by then, this is the late 80s, early 90s. So like they were kind of on the tail end, but what I appreciated about it was that they would bring back like, you know, like songs from, and they would have the year of the songs, you know, and Peach 94.9 always had the soft-spoken guys that would, you know, kind of take you into, you know, whatever you're going into, you know, and you know, there's a distinct difference, and I'm glad that you know, I mean, you know, like it transcends race, it transcends a lot of different things, and it's so much different from, like, for instance, the Quiet Storm, which is his own thing, you know what I mean? And Atlanta has, shout out to Joyce Littell in Atlanta, and Cousin Mitch, who is a master, a guru, Edward J, all that good stuff, you know what I mean? Like that's not it. This is, as you mentioned, a blend of, like, you know, the little bit of rock and roll, you know, a little bit of, I mean, it has all of those elements. The production has that certain, what I don't know what, you know, it's amazing, man. So when we talked about it, my inclination is always to create a list. I always, you know, I'm always making lists.
Friend of the show, Tash Mosley. He loves to call me the master of lists, and
you are.
Well, I once was. Yes, I will own that. You sure? Sure. But you, sir, truly are the master of playlists. And see, and so that
see what you did there.
Probably one of the reasons we're on this. We're talking right now. So, but yeah. So I look forward to how we run this down, and I, you know, there's a distinction, obviously, with certain things, and particularly as it pertains to this genre, and so I've been feverishly writing, like I'm Alexander Hamilton, trying to put legislation in. Sure. But as my daughter and I have been listening intently to Hamilton, actually, most of those songs showed up on my Spotify 2022 recap. It's like,
of course they did.
Much of the soundtrack of the original cast soundtrack showed up. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, there he is. There he is. Don't worry, Nina Norche. I'm not going to break out in the song.
Oh, man.
You say the price of my love is not the price that you're willing to pay.
Shay is going to love that.
Anyway. Anyway, having said that, brother.
So
brother,
I think I want to start with like
taking
who
you down.
hardest to leave off, or in like kind of names.
Okay, love that.
So actually, let's start with somebody, and I want to know if you would. Stevie dips into everything. Okay. Stevie intentionally has songs like, I mean, he has like "I Go Sailing" on the Jungle Fever soundtrack, right? Okay. That's a little bit too on the nose, but what I identified as a yacht rock song, in my opinion, is "Love, Light, and Flight." And
it's a little. No, it's in the middle. It's right near the end of the time. But yeah,
because it's Woman in Red soundtrack is
don't you have to tell me, brother.
Hey, so
make me feel like paradise.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I mean, I think it is, but I mean, like again, Stevie was bold and never afraid to go here, go there, go anywhere with anything and do any type of genre, whatever. So I feel like that was his attempt. I grant you, like some of the later, like after the golden period, I don't really know if there were some other songs that you would think.
No, okay. I mean, no.
Okay.
I don't even think "I Go Sailing." "I Go Sailing" is not.
Oh, "I Go Sailing" is not. It's not.
It just has it in the title, but it's not. That's not a.
Yeah, it's not. I would agree.
No, but "Love, Light, and Flight" is close to yacht rock.
Yeah,
because there's nothing on "In Square Circle,"
right?
Which followed "The Woman in Red," and there's nothing on "Characters,"
right,
as well. And then he really got more political. "Keep Our Love Alive," and didn't really make an album until the Jungle Fever soundtrack. There's a Jungle Fever soundtrack, and then he didn't make an album. He didn't make an album for like years.
Yeah.
He had "Natural Wonder" in 94, 95, whatever that was. Yeah. But he didn't make an album. He didn't cut an album.
Yeah. No new material.
No new material. No. And even "Natural," I guess he had a few things that later were in conversation piece.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
No, right, I would not consider Stevie yacht rock. No.
Okay. Fair enough. So
you can leave him off.
Okay.
Yes. In my opinion.
I was planning to, but I wanted to at least shout that out. So
he's not on the list in Wikipedia either. He's not there.
Yes.
He's specifically not there.
Yeah, to your point. I also wanted to met out Jan Hammer.
Got you.
Okay.
Very important.
Yeah. Crockett's theme is, like my on the way to the marina type music for me. Like, if you've never heard Crockett's theme, I don't know what to say.
I can't wait for its inclusion. Yeah, the Miami Vice soundtrack.
Yeah,
I can't wait for its inclusion on this list. I will be driving the streets of Atlanta to in my new white car to.
A decision was made.
We picked some up a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
We'll talk about it offline. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes. I thought I told you. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
But go ahead. Sorry.
So, and then before I toss it back to you real quick, and then I get into my list, I wanted to say that inextricably, like 2005, you think about the year 2005, I didn't do the research to this extent, and maybe I probably can in a second, but around that time, Grand Theft Auto Vice City came out. Somewhere in that circa, and there was a station, Emotion 98.3, that was, I feel,
a lot of Phil Collins.
No, actually, they didn't. Maybe was Sasudi on there? I don't think so. Phil Collins actually made an appearance in the Vice City handheld game, but he wasn't actually featured very prominently in the Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the original one, with Ray Liotta as the voice, Tommy Vercetti.
Got it. Okay.
So, but a lot of the songs like that eventually were recognized as yacht rock were on that 98.3 Emotion. Fernando was the host of it, and so anybody that has played Vice City intimately, like as you're committing crimes, you're doing, the Lance Man stance or whatever, you recognize, like for me, that was my soundtrack between that and Laszlo. I was into that. So I inextricably tie Vice City
understood
to this particular genre. So what artists do you think of first?
Well, I mean, I've got him over my shoulder. I mean, he's
patron saint.
Doobie Brothers.
Yes.
Doobie Brothers, and then Michael McDonald, like on his own.
Why did it end this way?
Why did it end this way? That's not even his line.
I know.
But Sweet Freedom. So Yacht Rock to me is Sweet Freedom. Is the song Sweet Freedom.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
If it boils down to something, and somebody says, tell me how you define Yacht Rock, I look at the song Sweet Freedom, and for any number of reasons, not only for just the arrangement, the variety of instruments used and the influences used in that. They're literally it was first introduced to me watching Video Hits 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Call it by its proper name, Joe.
and I did that on purpose.
Yes.
So kids, look up Video Hits 1. Okay. And then pause right now, look up Video Hits 1. But it was first introduced to me watching Video Hits 1. And I see this video where Gregory Hines, my man from Cotton Club, and Billy Crystal, my man from Soap,
Jody.
Yeah, Jody. Groundbreaking. Where they go and where they are in a movie, where they're Chicago police, but the first scene in the video, this was back in a time, and we talked about this before, when the characters from the film were in the video.
Yes. Not a scene from the movie, but the actual characters
in the video for the main song.
Yes.
Two notable versions of this, aside from Sweet Freedom, I'm getting right back to this, are When the Going Gets Tough.
Yes.
By the great Billy Ocean. And who is...
I want Billy Ocean played at my funeral.
His name is Ocean.
Yes.
So he's got some yacht rock in his background. Billy Ocean. And then also, so DeVito's in that video. Kirk Douglas. Michael Douglas, and what's my girl's name? Kathleen Turner. Yeah, they're in the video.
Yeah,
for the Going Get Tough. They're in the video itself, right?
Yeah, with
Billy Ocean. It's no big deal. It's no thing at all. Actually, Blues Brothers essentially did the same thing the whole time, the whole movie. But also the great Set Almost Fire, the theme song. The entire cast. He's like playing themselves in the movie, in sitting the video. Yeah, they're just sitting around and they're standing with each other like they were as couples. It's clearly
like a TV theme song.
Yeah, it's exactly. But it's clearly like a year after they made it, so they look differently.
Yeah.
And the only thing they're not having is the guys have beards. The women have totally different hair. It's like we still have to be these characters. Oh my gosh! But so in this video, they're on a boat. They're in Key West. They sail a lot, they fish a lot, and it kind of opens up on a beach, like the video's on the beach. Yeah. And so it's like, of course, Sweet Freedom. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The merengues, the drums, the guitar, the piano.
Yeah. That little solo, the guitar solo.
Yeah. You gotta have key elements. So to me, that is what yacht rock is. Okay. And by Michael McDonald, Sweet Freedom, man. If that ain't yacht rock, I don't know what is. How about you?
So I, much like you, Michael McDonald based Steely Dan. Steely Dan. Whether it's Ricky Don't Lose That Number, all those joints, like they go up and down in terms of tempo and everything like that. Sure. But the number one song on my playlist actually is Peg.
Okay. Okay.
Peg is it like when I hear Peg, I'm thinking of time on a yacht with maybe a charcuterie board, you know what I mean? Wearing a captain's hat, like the wind, you know what I mean? Like it's Peg. It comes back to you. Yeah.
I love it. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm
And,
with you.
I mean, we can talk about the influence of it, in terms of like, De La Soul and, I mean, like, shout out to De La Soul, his music is finally going to be released.
Praise God.
Yeah, man.
Praise God.
But, when you talk about songs like I Know I love you better. Like, all of that. Peg, it comes back to you.
Sure.
Number one for me. And Michael McDonald's there. He's doing the vocals, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the other group that I think of is Chicago. And it's
hands down.
Yeah.
Now there's two Chicagos.
There are two Chicagos. Talk about it.
There's more than two. There's probably three Chicagos.
Yeah.
But the Chicago you're talking about is Peter Cetera.
Yeah. Yes.
David Foster.
So I'm a little bit before David Foster, actually.
Okay. All right.
I'm in the Terry Kath era.
Okay, I'm listening.
And specifically, Wishing You Were Here.
Oh.
And so, like what I love about that particular song, and again, I'm more of a me and shout out to Andrea Jackson, because we've had this discussion all the time. Like her playlist and my playlist, she was the original Spotify playlist person. I do Spotify playlists because of her. And she's upbeat. She's let's hear it for the boy, you know what I mean?
Hard to beat that song.
And silly. That's the Niecy for me. And I know we're gonna come back to Niecy.
I love that.
I know we're gonna circle back to her, but my point being is that like I'm more of a down. So like, Wishing You Were Here, one of the few Chicago songs that Terry Kath, the late great Terry Kath, was the lead singer in. Because usually Peter Cetera, to your point, is the the Knight in Shining Armor, I'll be the hero. Time I fall in love. Yeah, man. I know better what to do. I'm sorry. Yeah. Peter Cetera is usually the lead, and so Terry Kath did the leads, but moreover, this song featured the Beach Boys, or at least a large component of the Beach Boys in background vocals. And it's just it has that breakdown in the middle where it kind of gets a little bit more up tempo for a little bit, and so you get the drums, you get all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Chicago certainly is tied into this era. So easy.
But the reason I was saying Chicago too, also they're tied into this era when their producer was David Foster.
Sure.
Okay?
Talk about David Foster.
So
talk about that.
I mean, there's Quincy Jones.
And then
there's David Foster.
Yeah.
And everybody else.
Yeah.
Then there's everybody else.
Yeah. The elements. You know what I mean?
And if you don't know that.
Yeah.
And if you can't accept that, that's something about you.
Yeah, say it, Joe.
Listening public, but just look back at the work. I don't want to belabor it.
Yeah.
I don't want to belabor it at all.
Yeah.
He's just a very, very important musical genius.
Yeah.
And there's some great producers, groundbreaking producers, amazing producers, in my opinion, and because of my readings, as Connor Roy would say, due to my readings. I think I should have a Succession guy.
No, I'm a Succession guy.
Oh no, it's somebody else then. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Due to my it's for my readings. It's for my readings, whatever his Connor Roy's readings are. But my readings, I mean, the record's impeccable.
Yeah.
And but the Chicago songs that you know and love, many of them are for our listening and viewing public.
Yeah.
David Foster was driving that bus from production. And when they were in disarray, torn apart by jealousy and drugs and money and stuff like that, he came in and got it together.
Yeah.
And then they had this string. And he's like, trust me, and they had the string of hits. But he did that for a number of people that you know and love. So, so I just want to say that about David Foster.
Absolutely.
And, which goes back to the same old fire, which I just mentioned as well.
Joe, yes. one of my favorite things you used to do back in the old days of Facebook, when Facebook was you had to have a college email to get on and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
You would always say, know your history.
Know your history.
Like you would end a lot of your
it was a not so subtle shot across the bow.
Of course.
As many boat jokes I can get in there. I'm gonna try to do that. Yes.
So let me digress for a moment and talk about like how tied into TV and particularly soap operas Yacht Rock was. And so General Hospital, the whole Luke and Laura affair. And people of a certain age, you just know. If you know, you know, right?
Luke and Laura.
Hashtag if you know.
Luke's
you know.
hair, man. Luke's hair, amazing.
Yeah.
Like the greatest American hero, actually, is hair. Or Sean Penn in Carlito's Way.
Yeah, and Bad Boys.
Oh yeah, and in Bad Boys, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but so in the soap operas, one of the soap opera stars was so bold and daring as to actually make an album. My man Jack Wagner.
I was trying to say Jack, Big Jack. Yeah, man.
Hey, man,
Big Jack.
All I need.
You might as well.
You know, I mean, it's this. Does he have a great singing voice? Is he actually singing well? No. Is it a great song? Probably not. Is it a song that I love to hear? Absolutely. So, you know, I mean, but there are a lot of songs like, and so, you know, in doing the research for putting together the list, one of the other songs that I think they were mentioning was Never Gonna Let You Go by Sergio Mendes.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of my favorite YouTube clips, Joe, is this guy, his name is Rick Beato, Beato.
Okay.
And he is, I guess he was like a session guitarist, and like he was talking about like playing a song for a party for young kids, okay? And thinking, okay, it's the number one song in the country. How complex can it be? Apparently, this is the most complex pop song in the history of pop songs. Like the key changes, the chords, like it goes from like one key change to another. Like, and this brother's getting into music theory. I see what you did there. The Chicago Transit Authority. Shout out to Reese. Yeah.
Yes. Shout out to Reese.
Lindsay Hunter and others. But yeah, man, Rick Beato was talking about how complex this number one pop song, and how like we'll never see another pop song like this that has just so many key changes. But that song is amazing. Like, and it's definitely in this genre of yacht rock, you know. I'm never gonna let you go. I'm not gonna sing it because I'm no James.
We were waiting.
But
we were waiting.
No. But yes, it's fantastic. You know, what other songs, man? Give me some more songs, Joe, or artists, or what?
Okay, are we doing songs now? What are we?
I guess we're jumping into that. I don't know. I
mean, okay. If
tell me what you want to. Where you?
Okay, so this is the thing. So okay. As you well know, I am a huge fan of James Taylor.
Yes, I know. Yes.
Okay, so
I was waiting for it.
Well, and this is the thing. So James is not yacht rock.
No.
He's easy listening.
Yes.
He's easy listening, actually.
Yeah.
And it borders on country a little bit, but particularly with some of the tropes and themes. His main songs, not so much, but
he's Bob Dylan-esque, like
very much so.
Yes.
The
Paul
first
Simon.
Oh, very much so. Very, very, very much so.
Yeah.
First artist signed to Apple Records by the Fab Four.
Of course.
But I think people can. It's very simple, very easy to drift over, as it were, to drift over, and the lines can be blurred. But James's canon of work is not in any way, shape, or form yacht rock.
Sure.
Some of it may be a little soft rock, particularly the more commercial hits.
Yeah,
but it's really what we would term easy listening music, which is of course a part of adult contemporary rock.
AC,
yeah, good old AC. So it's all in the same kind of family, but it's in its own lane. And so, but I just wanted to clear that up just in case somebody's like, "Oh, you always talk James Taylor. How did you not mention James?" Well, because James is not yacht rock.
Yeah,
but. I would be remorse if I don't mention. Well, I've got a list here, but I don't know if we're getting into that yet.
I mean, what else?
I just want to say another seminal one for me is Baker Street.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
By Jerry Rafferty, Baker Street, and it's something about it that when I took computers in high school. And we would
it was called that back then.
It was in 11th grade. We would hum like oh gosh, that was almost Blue Oyster Bar. But
hey, shout out to Police Academy.
Shout out to all of those Canadian police officers. Yeah. But but Baker Street, just its intro alone, it truly can define Yacht Rock. Just the intro alone can define Yacht Rock, and then it has lyrics as well. But if you haven't listened to it, please go back, hit up Baker Street. As soon as it plays, you'll be like,
features prominently on one of my favorite episodes of our favorite show.
It does actually, yeah. Oh yeah, yes, it does. Well, I'm still surprised. I mean, they were on. The music budget was strong there. Yeah. But I already mentioned. Okay, so I got to check off the ones I mentioned so far.
Okay.
Black artists obviously have had a wonderful history with Yacht Rock as well.
Yes.
A few include Lionel Richie, Sir Lionel Richie,
of course.
Bill Withers and Grover Washington,
of course.
Michael Jackson.
Yes.
There are some who say there's a little Anita in there, but I'm a little hesitant on the Anita Baker.
Yeah, as am I.
I'm a little hesitant on Anita with that.
Yeah,
but definitely some Al Jarreau.
Oh yeah,
and James Ingram.
Yeah,
the Elements, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
as well, Shaka Khan.
Yeah,
Kool and the Gang.
Yeah,
and others. I don't want to, slide over that as though we're not a part of that too.
Yeah,
but in fact, I'm going to say one more song before I get my list.
Yeah,
and it's Yacht Rock royalty. it's Baby Come Back by a player.
Yeah,
you don't really get stronger than that with the themes, the tone, the smoothness, the arrangement and the breaks. It's just all world, man.
Absolutely.
So it's
fair enough.
It's kind of right down the middle of the fairway with that. With that, Baby Come Back as well. Yeah.
All right. So before I jump into my list, then
any further to do? Yes.
I'm gonna say the
which I have not gone to my list yet. I was just
I know. So I mean, I'm getting all this stuff out of the way.
Abundantly clear. Yes.
I left off the Eagles. No Eagles songs on mine. Now I know you probably have maybe.
No, I don't have any.
There are some that probably could be considered. They were listed on the Wikipedia page. Bread.
Okay.
Which, again, Bread was one of those groups, and we'll talk about a couple of those groups, I'm sure. Bread was one of those groups that was just like a staple. But it's just so, to me, it's just so like bland, like it's bready, so to speak. Foreigner was the hardest to leave off. For me.
Yeah.
Because Waiting for a Girl Like You is certainly, but I had to leave it off, and so that hurt my heart. But let's jump into these lists.
Oh wait, I want to say one other thing. Even though James Taylor is not, his wife Carly Simon was.
Oh, she's on my list.
Yes, his wife. So his wife was. So in the same creative nest.
Yeah,
that was
talk
there.
About that creative nest, that incubator.
The incubator, and where those lines could be blurred, kind of easily. Carly Simon was churning out Yacht Rock.
Let me say
James Taylor was not.
This might be a message out there. A creator needs a muse.
True.
And that's all that needs to be said. Anyway, all right.
You're up, kiddo. I'm gonna let you go.
All right. So I told you my number one. I kind of stole my own thunder with Peg. Okay. Number two is a group the Pecoro brothers are a part of. Jeff Pecoro, Steve Pecoro, known as Toto.
Come on with it. I know where you're coming.
They one of them was dating a movie star, as it were, a young movie star from a famous family, the Arquette family.
Really?
Oh yeah. And they dedicated a song to her.
Okay.
Rosanna.
Okay, I never knew it.
Rosanna.
Yeah.
And so another, you talk about videos. This video in a garage. Outstanding video. Rosanna Toto is my number two with a bullet.
Okay. Okay.
Where are you on your list? Where
you know what? I'm gonna meet you with Toto, and the reason being, But I guess my number one. I already said my number one is Sweet Freedom.
Yes, right. Yes.
I'm gonna meet you at number two with Toto with Africa.
Yeah, talk about it.
And
it's going to take a lot to take me away from you.
It is. 100 men on board will never do. You know, I don't know what that means, but I still don't know. My father, and I've mentioned this to you before. My father used to lease these GMAC cars. Mm-hmm. And it's just started his practice, and he's like, I'm not gonna buy this car, I'm gonna lease my car, we buy your mother's car. Okay. Mm-hmm. So mother had an 82 Chevrolet Cavalier station wagon, red. Mm-hmm. She was an AKA too, so I still don't understand that, but it was red. Anyway.
She wasn't scared?
No, apparently not. But dad came home with the 84 Toronado, which looked just like it was on the same chassis as a Cadillac. It was just an Oldsmobile though, right?
A little more spotty though.
It was a little more spotty. It was a little more spotty, right? And so they, oh gosh, now I lost my whole thought what I was talking about. Okay.
You're talking about Africa?
Yes, thank you. So they had a tape.
Okay.
So, you know, Oldsmobile will give you a tape for of our songs and artists.
Yeah, and that were appropriate to listen to in the car, in the Toronado.
Absolutely. And they were kind of like, hey, this is the feeling you should have. Yeah. And it opened with an amazing intro. I'm going to find it and send it to you. It was the Oldsmobile jingle. But then it would open with Neil Diamond. First, you have to say you love me. Some Bogey and McCall, actually that song, We Had It All. It's yacht rock. But it also had Africa by Toto on it. And man, it's about sailing. The song is about being on a boat. And I sailed down in Africa. Yeah. And he's in love and all this. And I remember my father being like, well, you know, I think they're Australian or South African. I can't remember where they were from.
They're American.
So everything is demystified in my head now. Because my father was like, they're South African, son.
Human Nature was supposed to be their song, bro.
Oh, that's their fault. They passed on that, or Michael's just that astute, or both. But anyway, man, Toto has it all. I mean, Africa has it all. And it's the first time I heard it, it penetrated my soul. Every time I hear it, I listen to it today twice. It penetrated my soul. Of course you did. While I was waiting for a shoot that took forever to start. It just. Hey
man, look, if y'all haven't seen Joe's work, by the way, Joe Carlos Photography.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Hey man.
But I was going to say that's my number two. It gives me a feeling of 1984, 1985.
Absolutely.
and it just has all these elements of being on a boat. That's the other thing. Like a lot of yacht rock, I feel like I'm on a boat or moving.
Yeah.
I gotta listen to it while I'm moving. I feel like I'm moving.
Yeah.
Weightlessly, freely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that song, I think it's the beat.
It's driving.
Yeah, driving, exactly. A little different than the Motown thing. It was like a production line, like Fords, and but a little different than the Wall of Sound and all that kind of stuff. But it'd be these driving beats that kind of flow there in the sense. So absolutely. That's my number two.
Absolutely. All right. My number three. So my number three is Air Supply. Even the nights are better. Okay. And so I want to talk a little bit about Air Supply because I was a grown man before I discovered that Air Supply did not have a female vocalist.
No, they were just up there.
They were just yeah.
Even the nights are better. Yeah.
I thought that it was, like some interplay between a male. No.
Mickey Free. They gotta do
Mickey Free was a man. And it's okay. Hey, look. Hey, Air Supply, even the nights are better. Like, I was the lonely one. Like,
sure. Welcome.
Dude, I mean, it's just like, I used to think I was tied to a heartache.
We all did.
Hey, man, Air Supply makes you feel, again, on the commercials, anytime there's a shout out to our man, Peebo Bryson, who, had his issues.
Hey, Peebo, shout out to Peebo. I met him once at Linux. Yeah.
Anytime I have a digression, anytime I have a an animal character, like a pet or something to name in a video game or something like that, Peebo. That's his name, Peebo. For sure.
Why not?
Peebo.
Why not?
In Grand Theft Auto 5, when I had a dog, his name was Peebo.
Why not? Why not? I have no clue what you're talking about, but why not? Literally no clue.
Like, you know what I mean? Peebo in the commercial for one of the like the Body and Soul albums for Life, Time Life. You know what I mean?
He hosts that.
Oh, absolutely. He hosted those. I was up many a night.
I used to write them down.
Yeah. Oh,
when it would come to the thing, I would write them.
When you talk about these MP3s, this
brother,
LimeWire with the Trojans.
One time I was at Brandy's, and the commercial would come on every 30 minutes. And I would write down the full thing, and then I'd go back to the Room Tiger office and download the on Maxter at the time.
Maxter, baby.
On Maxter, so that I could have the full Time Life set. You know my brother.
No, you gotta get your own
brother.
Hey man, I would pay to get the individual like if they could like pull up our profiles and see what we downloaded. Like what I downloaded, with Cash downloaded, with Raj downloaded, with Tash downloaded.
Raj downloaded and broke a computer. He broke
Raj
a computer.
Nuts. Man. Hey, anyway,
he had one called the Ice Blue Sex Folder.
Oh no, I know about that. Hey, come on! Shout out for Raj.
Those two things don't even make sense. The Ice Blue Sex Folder.
Hey,
I don't even know what that means. I don't know. Nobody knows.
Hey man, Shay.
Yeah, sure.
Hey man, what's your number 3, man? What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Seals and Crofts, Summer Breeze, man. Seals and Crofts, Summer Breeze.
I also have some Seals and Crofts, but
talk
about
me.
Yeah.
It's now the crazy thing is, I love the original, but the Ozzy Brothers killed it.
I'm glad
they destroyed it.
Yes.
And in my head, I hear the Ozzy Brothers singing this song.
Yes.
And that's probably why I have it up so high. But even with the Ozzy Brothers singing it, it's yacht rock.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. I knew you were saving that in your Black artist. Yeah.
I forgot about it to this very moment, actually. But thank you for your faith, George Michael. No, it's a beautiful song. It's called Summer Breeze. When you're on a boat, there's a breeze. Yeah. But you literally feel like you're floating.
Yeah.
Listening to this song.
Absolutely.
And the arrangements. The arrangement of the original is beautiful.
Yeah.
But the Isley Brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, kids, pause it right now. Go listen to that. Go listen to. Just go listen to. Actually, listen to both. Listen to both.
Because Ernie. It's Ernie.
Yeah.
It's Ernie and the guitar.
Yeah.
That's what does it.
Easily.
Absolutely.
Summer breeze. And I first heard that. I went to Best Buy. I was trying to buy something, and I was trying to buy an Ozzy Brothers album. I was trying to buy the live album again, and I lost my tape. And this guy was like, "Look, man, I'm gonna give you this compilation called Beautiful Ballad." It was at Best Buy when they had people working in the aisles. It was 1995.
Yes.
I was home because Howard had kicked me out. And so I was at home, which says, you got kicked out of Howard.
Thank you, Howard.
So
I'm sorry.
No problem. I was kicked out of Howard. And I was at home. I had 2 jobs. So I was flush. So I said, well, let me go buy a CD.
Let me go get a Nautica shirt and a CD.
You know it. Actual seal figure. Imperial figure. The finest seal figure I could find.
Timmy. Sorry.
Brilliant. But then he gave me Beautiful Ballads, and at first I was like, man, no. And then probably the 3rd or 4th song of Summer Breeze, I was like, oh gosh. Exactly, which has been sampled like a zillion times too. But anyway, Summer Breeze.
Yeah, absolutely.
Summer Breeze.
All right. So my number 4 is back to Seals and Crofts.
Okay.
So shout out to Seals and Crofts. Diamond Girl. Diamond Girl.
Okay.
And so for me, I was thinking accompaniment on the yacht. You know what I mean? Like who wants to sail along? I'm not Ed Helms. I'm not Andy Bernard.
Bernard. No, I'm with you on Ed Helms. I'm with her.
Diamond Girl. Hey, look, so it has the breakdown to it, you can't really go wrong with Seals and Crofts. And so I think you probably have, because you kind of did a spoiler on your Instagram story.
No, I was out there trying to mess with you. I was messing with you, but go
Because
ahead.
he had
go
England Dan. And,
well, I mean, you can't not have that.
And John Ford Coley. Right?
That's like amazing. I mean, I really love to see you tonight. Come on.
So I want to say, like, people don't know unless you know.
That one is on my list. Yes,
that's
but
Seal's
that was like
brother.
Obvious.
That's Seal's brother.
I didn't realize that. No.
England Dan's last name is Seals.
Okay.
And so Seals and Croft were Baha'i of the Baha'i faith.
Okay.
And the Baha'i faith has a very interesting history, especially in the country, the Islamic Republic of Iran, where, I mean, they, I'm not sure what their status is there now, but they were persona non grata there for a while because of their tolerance and their, the way that they view faith. And so there are a lot of the slave cemeteries in Nashville and other areas are maintained and curated by the Baha'i faith. And interesting, they had I was actually in Los Angeles in the Leimert Park area. They have a Baha'i church very nearby as well, Leimert Park and the Crenshaw, Beverly Crenshaw Mall, whatever that like this near the Snooty Fox, all this kind of thing. Anyway, the
Fox Hill Mall?
No, not Fox Hill Mall. It's yeah, but thank you. The Crenshaw, like off of Crenshaw Boulevard and like MLK, like in Obama, like right there. So at any rate, the Seals brothers inextricably linked to Yacht Rock. Dan Seals and so two different groups and so England Dan from Texas, your home state. Shout out to Texas.
I got another person from Texas on my list, but keep going. Okay. Yes.
No, I mean, so Diamond Girl, and so my last little Diamond Girl memory. I'm a message board guy. I came of age on message boards in the old days where we have your threads, and I was a troll on one of the old message boards, and there was a message board called for the uninitiated, it was called Kathixby, but it's K Thanks Bye. Okay. And they wide. I'm actually still friends with a lot of people from that particular message board. But there was one chick that, like, I had a not so subtle crush on, who went by the name Diamond Girl, and that's how I discovered this particular song. I want to say she was a Spelmanite, but I don't know for sure. If she's listening, shout out to her.
Okay.
I don't know why she would be listening or how she would be listening or whatever, but I discovered that song through her. And that is my Seals and Croft song. So, like, I mean, I love Summer Breeze too. I kind of had an inkling because I know you. it would be there, but I wanted to make sure I had that on my list. So that's my number 4. What's your number 4?
Well, since you mentioned Dallas, this is really literally in no order.
That's fair.
Thank you. I've got so many songs. I'm sorry. Low Down by my main man, Boz Skaggs.
Talk about Boz Skaggs, man, please.
My homeboy from Dallas, Low Down. And actually, it was my brother. Low Down. Yeah, the sweet Low Down. Actually, it's my brother who put me on to Low Down, as he does with so many things. And
when did you discover he was white?
I knew he was white always because he's from Dallas.
Okay.
So he not unlike Steve Ray Vaughan, and not unlike the great Steve Miller, also from Dallas.
Okay.
So I knew he was white. He's kind of got a blue-eyed soul funk thing going on.
Absolutely.
Which is interesting given his age, but I guess he graduated high school in like 62. And the hated St. Mark's School of Texas, like my hated arch nemesis school. But
your Tri-Cities, your Banneker.
No, sure, yes, as it were, yes. I
love selected people from those schools, but also
I understand. Well, I mean, selected ones. Come on now. Tri-City High School. Pull him in the broke down rabbit. That he talks about.
But he was hollering at the girl from Maze, though.
Yeah. Who had the Benz because she was smart, but which was the dream. That is the dream, right? Yeah. The girl from Maze was the dream, but
they become doctors and dermatologists and all this kind of things.
That's the word on the street.
Yeah. But I'm not even subtle with it.
Calvin's on a roll right now.
Yeah,
He is
yeah.
throwing haymakers.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Throwing rocks tonight. I doubt it. All right. So no, but love Boz Scaggs. Love his
Yeah.
sound. It's
Absolutely.
funky. It's funky, but it's smooth, man.
Absolutely.
And his little vocals are like kind of like scarce. I wonder what it's got a movement to it, man.
Yeah.
And you can't get away from it.
Yeah.
You can't get away from it.
Even if you try.
No, yeah, but yeah. Why you got to be like that? Or the Boz Scaggs. So what's number 5 for you?
Number 5, I actually already mentioned. I stepped on my own thunder. Chicago, wishing you were here.
Okay.
I don't need to say much more except for it's on my list, number 5. What about you?
I'm gonna go with Ambrosia. Biggest part of me.
Yes, talk about it. I got stuff to say if you don't say it. So.
I love the original. I also love Brian McKnight's cover. Okay. Or is it Take 6?
It was Take 6. It was Take 6.
Which is Brian McKnight.
Oakwood University's finest.
Which is Brian McKnight in my head.
It's brother Claude.
It sounds exactly like him.
Yeah.
But I love the Take 6 version, obviously as well. But it's so positive and upbeat, and so like life's good. Like if you're on a boat in the daytime and the sun.
If you're on a boat in the daytime, your life is good.
It's a great, period. So that's ever since I heard this as a kid, as a child, I've always loved this song. And it's very Blue-Eyed Soul. It's very Blue-Eyed Soul.
Absolutely.
And which is why I think Take 6 was able to like just easily.
Yeah.
They didn't have to change much.
Yeah.
Really at all.
Yeah. No, they didn't. They just harmonized. They did what Take 6 does, man.
Yeah. True.
Oakwood University, baby.
Oakwood. Yes.
A lot of Maharians come from Oakwood.
That's day one. That's day one.
Yeah.
That's day one.
Dude, man, he said that's day one. Man, like, let me give a quick shout out to my Aunt Lynette. Like, so Aunt Lynette drove a Subaru. She had a Subaru station wagon.
Okay.
He was the carpool driver for the kids going to Love It. Not all the black kids going to Love It, but a significant portion of the black kids going to Love It.
True.
On South Atlanta Drive, and very close to, she used to drive those kids to school, and she would be listening to Take 6, and that's how I discovered Take 6 and the harmonization. But yeah, when they came out, this was that their biggest radio hit.
Ambrosia.
Take 6.
Had to be
biggest part of me. Yeah. So, but shout out to Ambrosia for again that Blue-Eyed Soul. Like I really think. Is it Yacht Rock if it's not Blue-Eyed Soul? Like,
no. Well, no. There are some. There are some exceptions to that rule, but I think the vast majority of it is Blue-Eyed Soul. And many of the great Blue-Eyed Soul artists sing Yacht Rock.
Yeah, it helps.
Yes,
it helps. All right, my number 6. We talked about. Were you doing with Ambrosia? I'm sorry, I just kind of.
I am.
Okay, we talked about James Taylor, and now it's time to talk about Carly Simon. And the easy choice for me would have been You're So Vain.
I knew you were going to say that. I literally knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
I didn't go there. I actually went a little bit later. Coming Around Again.
Ooh.
And so let me tell you, like, so our dear friend George Peters.
Yeah.
One of the things I appreciate the most about George Peters is his appreciation for Carly Simon. And particularly this album.
She must be a Philly girl. No, I don't. She's like
he's just a music. He's a music pal.
But I'm just wondering where she's from. I'm curious where she's from. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But so George and I had a conversation about this particular song and how grown.
Heartburn. That's where it's from. It's from Heartburn. And I've talked to him I talked to him about Heartburn, but nobody listens. Nobody watches. It's on.
George does.
Amazon. I know, but we talked
2.0. Everybody. Yes. If you love Janelle Monáe, one of the breakout stars of Glass Onion, her DJ, her showmaster, her showrunner, 2.0. Like we share a mutual love for Carly Simon's Coming Around Again, and just how
they play it like 19 times in that song, in that movie too.
This song is grown.
Yeah,
it's a grown song. You know what I mean?
And those lyrics.
Yeah.
I watched it. So I just want to say this about that movie. First of all, Heartburn, with the great Jack Nicholson, Meryl Streep. Just Stockard Channing's in the
Stockard
movie.
Channing.
Okay, they living
the wife and the lover.
Yes, all those. They are living in DC. So to me, I'm very passionate about films that were made in DC. I love because DC is such a special place in my heart.
You can recognize Georgetown versus like U Street versus like Adams
Morgan.
I can.
And really, if it's a Georgetown movie, it's where I rented Chances Are the other day. Okay. With Chances Are a young Robert Downey Jr., Mary Stuart Masterson, Ryan O'Neal, and of course, Sybil Shepherd. Right?
Yes, of course, Sybil Shepherd.
Of course, Sybil Shepherd. And
Maddie.
Anyway, if you get that, congratulations.
You're great.
When it's only for Cuban links. Only built for Cuban links. So, but I paused it so I could see exactly the street they were on, and I could look up the house, and it was still there, in Georgetown. This movie, Heartburn, takes place in Georgetown. It is about Nora Ephron and Nick Pileggi.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is. It's Nora Ephron's basically her semi-autobiographical in that Woody Allen kind of way.
Cheat code. Nora Ephron, for those unaware, Harry Met Sally, and Nick Pileggi, Goodfellas, Casino. All right, back to our...
So it's about their lives.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so, it's about their lives. So
I'm taking notes.
Oh, enjoy. But this song was like haunting underneath it. It's playing the whole time. Yeah. And I think I don't know where I was on a plane maybe, or a train to a plane, I don't know, somewhere. And I really listened to the lyrics for the first time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh boy, because she's talking about the movie, but she's probably talking about James Taylor too.
Yeah.
Heavily.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, she never shied away from talking about,
No.
Yeah.
No. So I'm with you. Coming Around Again is strong. It's near the end of the genre.
Yeah.
But when it's a soft rock hit, it's a soft rock hit.
Yeah.
A hit is a hit.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you, Hesh.
Yes.
Heshy.
Yes. Heshy.
6 for you. Or next one, whatever.
Kokomo by the Beach Boys.
Oh, Joe, I love you, man. Hey, Kokomo. Talk about it.
If you read the lyrics of this song, don't even listen to the song. Read the lyrics of this song. It's about being near water, about being in love, about enjoying yourself, about just having a good time. Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I want to take you, whatever. Aruba, Bahamas, come on, pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? You get there faster if you take it slow. That's where we want to go. And it's like their last hit. You know, they came back. They had Stamos on drums.
Oh yeah.
But it was in that film Cocktail.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of connects them to a whole other generation. This is the same group, of course, that made probably the greatest love song, that the greatest, maybe misunderstood love song.
God Only Knows.
God Only Knows from the brilliant Pet Sounds.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And one of the oddest names of an album ever, Pet Sounds. But still, and then their washed dads sensibilities, they go out there and they make Kokomo, which makes like $1 million off that song. I mean, they're still making money off Kokomo right now. But even though it's exceptionally commercial, it's still super schmaltzy and beautifully yacht rock.
Yeah, absolutely. Needs to be there. So the great Eric Carmen.
Okay.
He of Hungry Eyes fame.
Yes.
And other,
yes. Soundtracks, by the way. Notice we keep talking soundtracks.
Yeah.
That's how you broke music back then.
All by myself.
Ooh.
And I was again, that same Andre Jackson argument. I'm kind of downbeat, but it picks up. You know what I mean?
It does. Whose version do you like the best?
I like the Eric Carmen version.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all about the Eric Carmen version.
It seems it's a very difficult song to sing because of the emotions and because I I like Celine's version.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember the version they used in Clueless. I'd have to go back and look at that specific. It might be the original.
I'm pretty sure it's the original.
Yeah, because I don't think Celine had even recorded it yet. Actually,
Yeah.
by the time they made Clueless, but I think it really got a showcase in Clueless.
Yeah.
Even though it had been around for 10 to 12 years at that point.
Mhm.
But at the end of Clueless, obviously in those mythical steps there, in Beverly Hills, or Offer Day, excuse me. No, beautiful song, amazing range that man had.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
and particularly in the crescendo.
Oh yeah,
and the chorus
when the beat drops
chilling,
out.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
It's chilling.
Yeah.
Very strong. Very, very strong.
Absolutely, absolutely. What's your number 7, man?
We're gonna give you some Bobby Caldwell. What you won't do, you do for love.
Speaking of Blue Eyed Soul,
but I mean Blue Eyed Soul, and then a little wink to Ocean's 11, 12, and 13 by naming Linus, by naming the great oh gosh, what was his name? Super Dave. I can't think of his actual name.
Bob Einstein.
Bob Einstein, by naming him Bobby Caldwell. And you're Bobby Caldwell's kid, right? Linus. Yeah. So but hey man, I worked at Shoe World up the street from campus on Oak Street.
Of course you did.
Off of Oak Street, fall 96, and for about 4 months. And we had this tape basically of R&B and yacht rock. Okay. That would just play incessantly all day. And I had one class on Tuesdays, Thursdays. It was I was supposed to go to Crown Forum. Didn't realize that. But I had religion at 8, and then I had Crown Forum. Then I would go to work. And I would listen to this song every day. What you won't do was always playing on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I mean, constantly playing. It's kind of wild now that I think about it, but but it had those. It was like a 3-hour tape.
Oh yeah,
it was 3 or 4 hour tapes, like the extra long play tape, and I love it.
It had the lines at the top of it because it was
It was on a special kind of player. In the back though, they could paint your shoes like the Wallabies, like the Wallies. They could dye your shoes like the Wallabies.
Oh yeah, I had a patient today that has some Wallabies. I was like, "You a Wu-Tang fan?" Like he didn't get it. He's like, "I've been wearing Wallabies since the 70s." Okay, good for you.
Okay, all right.
Good for you, sir.
You're up.
So my last song. I gotta take it to Hall & Oates.
Ooh, okay.
I gotta take it to Hall & Oates, and unlike a lot of them, I'm gonna go up tempo. I'm gonna go Rich Girl.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Rich girl, you're a rich girl. I mean, if you meet a rich girl, odds are her parents probably own a yacht. You're gonna get on that yacht.
Yes, you are.
If you're lucky.
Well said. Well said. Yes.
So so couple Hall & Oates thoughts real quick, because all right. So shout out to my friend Keisa Pangburn. She's a yacht rock guru. If it's yacht rock or funk, I think those are her two wheelhouses. You know what I mean? And she's Gerald's sister.
Oh yeah. Okay. Got it.
So she I think they went to like a Hall & Oates concert one time, and just was so disappointed by what they become. Yeah. Oh yeah. Apparently the live show for Hall & Oates is not what it once was.
Okay.
But they definitely are again inextricably tied to this era. The early Hall & Oates, especially probably I can't go for that. It's probably the end of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But Rich Girl, that's them. Yeah. Number 8 for you.
Well, I'm going with Human Nature by MJ. Okay. And it's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song. It's driving. It's got a beautiful sonic sound that drives throughout. Michael's lyrics are outstanding. Little wink to New York
Yeah,
If this
yeah,
town
absolutely.
is just an apple.
Just an apple. I'm gonna take a
bite so we can tell where he was when he was writing it or recording it, or both. And but I love this song because it's forceful, but it's not overbearing.
Yeah.
And it's just absolutely beautiful. And he is on fire there. I can't remember the exact place where he is in Thriller, but it's a little different sounding than other things. So I don't know if it was like, was it left off the wall or was it just an outlier?
Toto.
Okay.
Toto.
Oh, that's right. That's true. But I still think this is Michael's song. And so
he absolutely owned it.
Yeah. And so yeah, I would go. It's probably Rod
Temperton. He definitely put his touch on it for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like you talk about like between Thriller and the dude, Rod Temperton was in his zone. Like, you know what I mean? And so did I mention Gino Vanelli? I didn't mention Gino Vanelli, did I?
No, you did not.
So shout out to Gino Vanelli real quick. I would be remiss if I did not talk about him and the brand of Canadian yacht rock that he brought. You know, okay. Yeah, again.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Gino Vanelli, living inside myself is, I think is an honorable mention for me. I should have mentioned it previously, but you have any other honorable mentions or?
Yeah, I ate really wasn't gonna do for me, but so I've got Lionel Richie, Love Will Conquer All, and
give Love a chance. That's one of me and Joe's. That's as Nina and Shay refer to him, like they tell brother Tony, our guest on our previous episode, Tony Braswell,
shout out to Tony,
to try to bring him into the whole vibe of the Smiths. They have these what they call sandcastles, these stories that are like unique to the Smiths.
I love it. Yes.
That is one of our sandcastles, Joe. Give Love a Chance.
Give Love a Chance.
Talk about it, man.
Hey, look, 1986, man. These songs are so dominated by the visual, by their visuals, that it's kind of I feel a little disingenuous just jumping into the video. But on its own, it's a beautiful song. Okay, sure. It's an absolutely beautiful
song. I need you to talk about the video. I need you to talk about the road trip.
I will. But on its own, it's a beautiful song. And somebody tell me why. I was 12, and the angst and the there was the manufactured angst and pain that I was feeling whenever I listened to this.
Here we are,
you and me,
me and you,
me and you, reaching out to each other. That's all that we can.
That's all that we can do.
And here we stand, trying not to fall.
Trying not to fall.
There's no need to worry. Love will conquer all. Hey, he sang that when I saw him last year.
Oh, Joe, I was so jealous of that.
I was a second from being in tears. Like when my James Taylor concert, my first one in 2011, and he's saying, there's a song called Shed a Little Light, and it's about Martin Luther King, and he sang it in Birmingham. Okay,
I got you. I'm picking up with
the room got really quiet when he starts, because the opening line is, "Let us turn our hearts today to Martin Luther King, and recognize that there are ties between us, all men and women." But anyway, as Lionel saying that, it's just absolutely beautiful to me. Now the video is even stronger because it's the opening tune there. It's got and he's breaking up with this girl, and she's in San Francisco, he's in LA.
Oh yeah.
And he doesn't take the 101, no, he takes the one, right? He takes Highway 1 up Carmel. On the side of to Carmel, on the side of mountains, in this beautiful it was some red sports car he had, with his hair in the wind, the Ed Jerry curl. It looks wet, but it's dry.
It's not the Miata, it's what the Miata is modeled after.
I don't know what it was, but it was absolutely beautiful. And he's driving, and she hangs up. He calls, she hangs up, and he does like this. Ooh. He jumps back when she hangs up, and he's like,
underrated actor, that Lionel Richie.
He's like, forget this, man, I'm going. I'm getting in the car. I have all this money. I could chop her up like Waltz in The Godfather.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But no, I could go to John Wayne Airport and just fly out. No, I could go to Burbank. I could go to LAX. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Mm-mm.
I could take a train. Nope. I'm gonna get in my car because I gotta sing, and I gotta get some thoughts and feelings out. And so that's what because he didn't want to get there too soon.
You need to kind of let some time pass.
Yes, exactly. And so if
we've all been there, brother.
Yeah, we all have. If you have some time, please watch that. I've got a couple other honorable mentions.
Yeah, hit me.
Still the One by Orleans.
Yes.
Orleans. I don't know how you pronounce that. I love that song.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chicago. Hard to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Which it is. Doobies. What a Fool Believes.
Uh-huh.
My I guess we got two more. My Hall Notes with Sarah Smile.
Okay.
And my final one is Withers and Grover Washington, Just the Two of Us.
Just the two of us.
Yeah.
We can make it if we try.
We can. We can. Absolutely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are definitely going to make a playlist as we do on our musical episodes.
We do. Can't wait.
This will be in the story. We will post a link. We'll post several links on our social media accounts.
Several links.
You will find this playlist. You will listen to this playlist. You will love this playlist because this playlist is bomb. And I'm gonna include. I'm gonna include all of the honorable mentions, dude. I'm gonna this is gonna be an extensive playlist. It's not gonna be just.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Like Bart Scott. Speaking of which, can't wait, Bart Scott. Any other thoughts on Yacht Rock? I think we killed this. We smashed.
No, I think you should expand. I mean, just go there, man. Listen, expand your horizons, and if you're in a deep, I don't know, Cardi phase, and you want to start the year a little softer, maybe listen to our playlist. Or if you're in a deep Megan, it's interesting. I took a lot of pictures this year, particularly the last 3 months of the year, and particularly when it was like just solo shots of women, and I was like, "Oh, you want some Beyonce?" Like, I want some Megan. Or some Cardi. He's like, "Oh, yeah, okay." I didn't know that the Queen had been knocked from said throne, but she hasn't, of course. No. But if you want to come in a little softer every now and then, a soft life, let's try. Just listen to our playlist. Just check it out. Just check it out. Yeah. And please offer suggestions to us as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't care because it's our playlist.
Yeah.
But you can make your own. That's Joseph. That's me. That's me. I love when you make a list of your favorite things and somebody tells you what should be on your list.
Right.
On social media.
Oh yeah.
In fact, a friend of mine did that the other day. She wrote, "This is my list. You can make your own."
Right.
That was a disclaimer at the bottom of and I already know you. So look at you. You're already getting worked up about something that has not happened in this moment. But
it's gonna happen. Somebody say, you forgot about.
I'm sure we did. I'm sure we forgot about Drake.
I ain't forget about Jack.
Nowadays, everybody want to talk. Like they got something to say.
I ain't forget. I left it off.
There we go. That's the energy we're looking for, right there.
That's the energy.
Yes.
Playoffs. Hey.
Playoffs.
Time. Playoffs.
It is playoff time, man. Big weekend. Shout out to DeMar. We love you, brother.
Yeah.
Glad he's so happy. Home. Yeah, so happy that you're back home and you're recovering.
Yeah.
And talk about playoffs. The Bills are America's team.
They are. If you're the neutral NFL fan,
like me, right now, because we're watching. We're in the 8th spot. That's the other reason I got the 8. We're in the 8th spot today. We're in the 8th spot.
Miles, what's Miles' last name? Miles Moore?
Miles. Who's Miles?
From Clemson. That's our pick. Edge rusher.
Okay.
Edge rusher. That's what we need.
I gotta see him.
He's no Vic Beasley. I think he's the truth.
Okay.
We need a war daddy. Jersey in the closet.
We need a war daddy. We need
I wish we would trade up for Will Anderson, to be honest with you, dude.
Why not?
That's my all-time favorite.
I don't know who we give up. I think Will
the
Anderson
guy on your shirt that we don't use anyway.
Okay, I'm fine with that because we don't use him.
We don't use him.
We're a running team.
FedEx Junior, you need to use your tight end.
We're a running team.
Anyway, all right, but yeah, so the Bills are America's team.
Yeah.
I mean, America's team is in the playoffs too, but the Bills are
America's team at the time, but the Bills are literally America's team right now.
Yeah, I agree.
And I like their chances to at least to get to the title game, and wherever neutral place that'll be, Detroit or somewhere close where their people can get there.
Put in Detroit. We put it out there right now. Put the AFC title game in Detroit.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Then the Kansas City and Detroit would be kind of boss actually. But it would be very interesting actually.
Yeah.
But I think everybody would get along in there. It'd be all right. Bills Mafia though, they're rabid. But no, looking at the games, and I just had it pulled up and I threw it away. Sorry. Wild card weekend. Sorry. I'm sorry. Wild card weekend. Let's look at the Ravens.
Bengals. It's a rematch of week 17. That always happens.
Yeah, I know. I kind of get tired of it. I remember the first year that I recall it happening. I think I was it didn't happen first round, but definitely that the year that the 90 season when they played when the Giants and the Niners were the two best teams.
Yeah.
And they played like a 9-6 game.
Yeah.
And
that was when Joe Montana got hurt.
No, he got hurt in the title game.
Oh, okay. Oh, but yeah.
They played a game late in the season.
On Monday night because they were both undefeated or something.
Yeah, they were both undefeated. It was like a Monday night game. Yes.
Yeah.
And like first week in December, and it was like 9-6. It was like, huh? And I remember my basketball coach saying that was defense. That was a defensive game, boys. Defense. I was like, okay. He said Frisco in New York. I was like, Frisco? Who is Frisco? And he was saying San Francisco.
Not Frisco, Texas.
No. Gosh, no. Okay, so I'm gonna do this as a shout out, as an homage to my man Spike Lee turn as Giant 33 years ago.
Yo, bum Giant.
Yeah, yo, bum Giant. Come down, you. Anyway, okay. What's the first game? Seahawks 49ers. Everybody loves the Niners because of Brock Purdy.
Everybody loves the Niners.
Yeah, everybody loves the Niners. They're a feel-good story. Yeah. Seahawks are kind of limping into this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Niners.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna go with the Niners.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a little graphic with my picks.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Niners. Although I'm down for my man Gino. I mean, God bless Gino. He's had a great season. Very proud of him.
Comeback player of the year.
Without question. Chargers, Jaguars. Let me tell you something. I wrote it in the NFL group. You go down there at night, and this is literally what I wrote, by the way. That's a tough place to win at night. And I'm going with the Jags.
Yeah, Duval got something.
Yeah, and then they're going to fire that guy, Staley. Yeah, because they fired the brother prematurely, I thought, as well. Yeah. Sunday, I got the Bills and Dolphins, America's team. Even though Tua is inactive.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the Bills.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon, Giants, Vikings. They just did this. And they just did this. This is what they just did 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know which version of either team is going to show up. That is a push.
Go with your boy Cousins, man. Cousins got you to the championship.
Yeah, he did, but he got to the championship because he was behind a lot. He had to throw a lot.
Stat right. Sorry. Oh,
I'm with you.
I'm sure.
I'm going to go with the Vikings only because they're at home. Literally only because they're home.
I'm picking
Ravens, Bengals without Lamar. Give me a break.
Yeah.
And Lamar's not even Lamar right now.
Yeah.
He's just
the Bengals are so hot.
They are. Cowboys, Bucks. I'm gonna say Cowboys by 1 point, and this could be wrong, but literally by 1 point, and it'll only be luck because the Bucks will miss a field goal at the end. How about you? Seahawks.
I'm with you. I'm Niners. I got the Niners. I think that I would love to see Gino win this, but Purdy has something with Kittle.
Yeah.
And
McCaffrey, the whole world knows they're going there. But
yeah. Even though everybody knows where they're going.
Yes.
McCaffrey is also like on fire right now.
Yeah.
Like, and Kyle Shanahan, man.
Yeah.
Earlier in the season, Bill Simmons and those were like really ripping Kyle Shanahan, talking about how mediocre he was as a coach. And it was ridiculous. The whole premise was ridiculous. Kyle Shanahan is a genius.
You listen to Bill Simmons a lot.
I do.
You do. You listen to him a lot.
I do. It's a love-hate.
I understand. There's some things he understands, and a lot of things he doesn't. But go ahead, please. Yes.
As far as the Jags Chargers, I agree. Jags Sunshine is playing out of his gourd right now. He's incredible.
And their defense is
the defense is underrated.
Yeah, I think
they're talking enough about their defense.
I think they're going to give that kid Herbert some trouble.
Absolutely.
Particularly if it's the same Jags team I just watched.
And Brandon Staley's going to make a dumb decision,
inevitably. And they cheated us. There were some calls we didn't get against them earlier this year. And we could have won the South. And we could have won the South.
The Chargers have hosed us the 2 straight times we played them, but I don't want to talk about that. All right,
that's not important right now.
All right, Bills and Dolphins. I mean, if Skylar Thompson's out there, there's no way the Dolphins.
No, not with Willie Beeman. You're not Doug Williams,
right?
Coming in for Jay Schrader. No.
But I got a lot of love for Jalen Waddle.
Yeah,
and I got a lot of love for Christian Wilkins. Sorry. Christian Wilkins is not getting enough love for the maturity as a player that he has displayed this year. Mm-hmm. When he was a rookie and when he was in college, he was, he made a lot of dumb decisions, did a lot of dumb things. He's now a defensive leader.
Yeah.
They
got something special down there. Just got to get it. They got to. I mean, Tua is a liability.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got something, but they definitely have something. They got something special down there.
They need some stability, but the Bills are winning that game.
Yes.
I got the Giants in that Giants Vikings game. I just, I like Dayball's just with everything he brings as a coach.
I like it too.
They got the running game with Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Dimes is underrated.
He is.
They have
he can move
Thibodeau. You know what I mean? Like the Giants just have it, man. And, they're a team that I like the Vikings a lot. I use the Vikings on Madden. You know what I mean? That's my Madden team. But I just can't see them. I think the magic is done. They had a negative plus minus as far as like points this year. Like,
yes, I know.
It's just not. It's
their defense is suspect.
Very suspect. Yeah. But they get good plays at the right time. They get good, they get
the only indoor game. This is the only indoor game.
Yeah, this is wow. It's wild. This is the only indoor game.
Yeah, because the only indoor game.
Yeah.
It should be interesting because it is. I don't think the elements are really going to affect most of these games, but it's the only one that is truly. Well, they're not truly that is indoor. But keep going. I'm sorry.
And also, so while focusing on the playoffs, I did also pick up Richie James as a receiver potential keeper for next year. I think Richie James, don't sleep on him with the Giants.
Okay.
The Bengals over the Ravens, of course. Even if Lamar was playing, I just think
they're hitting a stride.
Bengals are a force of nature, man. And I think they're angry.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they, this is a touchy subject about the Hamlin injury, but I think they're angry about that outcome in terms of the coin tosses and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Bengals got a chip on the shoulder. Joe Burrow. I'm not betting against Joe Burrow until he shows me I shouldn't bet against him. So, and then finally, I hate the Bucks. I hate Brady. I never want to bet against him.
Nope.
But and conversely, I never want to bet for Dak. And I love Dak. I love Dakota Prescott. I love that guy. I think he's a wonderful guy. It hasn't ever shown me anything playoffs wise,
Nope.
But I think this is the opposite, whatever the opposite of the immovable force and the irresistible object are. This is this game. and so I'm going for the Cowboys. I got the Cowboys, and the 2 top seeds this year, man, Philly and Kansas City.
Yeah,
I think they're on a collision course, man. I really do. I can't see Buffalo getting that monkey off their back, but I can see them beating the Bengals. See what I'm saying? So, I just
you think they'll be a little too bloodied up?
Yeah. So, like, I don't think that the Bengals make it to KC. If the Bengals make it to KC, the Bengals beat KC. I'm sorry, Iman, my one of my best friends, Iman Spalding, KC Rabbit fan. He understands that the Bengals have their number. But luckily for them, I don't think the Bengals are going to make it to that point. I really don't.
It reminds me of the 95 season Cowboys. The Niners had their number.
Yeah,
and
but
they didn't have.
Carolina took care of that for them.
No, 95. That was 96. 95,
oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Green Bay. The Green Bay. Favre took care of that for them. And so they didn't have to. Favre. And they had to play Philly in the divisional round after 4th and 1, and destroyed them.
Was this young Donovan Philly? Which Philly was this?
No. This was I don't know who their quarterback was.
Oh, it was Ty Detmer.
In 95?
Yeah, it was Ty Detmer.
Really?
Ty Detmer Philly. Yep.
I believe you. I'm just going to confirm.
Trust but verify, like I tell my residents and my students.
Yes. Yeah. Well, as my father used to say, in God we trust and others we check. Son.
Yeah. Everybody else pay cash, baby.
Yeah, he got that from during his residency as well. It was actual number 12.
Oh, was it Randall?
I forgot it was Randall.
It was.
I can't believe I forgot. I really forgot it was Randall.
That's like his last hurrah in Philly, probably before he.
It probably was because they made the playoffs that year. I don't think they made it.
So when did Ty Detmer play for Philly? Because I know Ty Detmer
because he was probably in college at that point. And their backup was Rodney Peete at that point, which is crazy because Rodney Peete had just come from Dallas.
You're right.
But he was in Detroit, then he was in Dallas, so he was our backup in '94.
Okay,
he was Troy's backup in '94.
Okay,
that made the closest he ever got to the dance.
You know what? Detmer was there the next year, 96, 97.
Because I think Randall was out of football.
Yeah, and then he came back. No, or he was hurt or something.
He was hurt or something because then he went to Minnesota like for that year. Then he was out. Then he played for Dallas.
Yeah.
Which is
he only had to.
Nuts.
Then Jeff George came in. Anyway,
George.
I can't
George. Where is he? Golly.
Oh man. Okay.
Frank Cornish was on that team in '95.
Frank Cornish.
No, my dad was his delivered his kids. That's so crazy. 95 was his last year. Then he went to Minnesota. Then he stayed out 96. Went to Minnesota, then Dallas, then Baltimore. Wow, it's crazy.
Do your history, guys. No, who Randall
Big
Cunningham.
Fun in Baltimore.
Hey, Randall Cunningham. Didn't we almost have it all with Nippy?
Wow.
She gave him a shout out on the "I'm Your Baby Tonight" album. Like it's like
what part?
In the liner notes.
Oh, the liner notes. I thought you were going to say in a lyric. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's a very Philly thing. That's a very, very Philly thing.
Yeah. Nippy. I haven't seen the movie yet. Mixed reviews. I wanted to talk to you about Golden Globes, but we'll say that for another time. But thank you for what you were sending.
So much,
brother. Thank you for what you sent me.
No problem.
I didn't respond to that last one only because my phone went to do not disturb.
Understood.
Duly noted, Quinta Brinson. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Very proud of her. Very happy for her. Very happy.
And proud of her, we all are.
Yes. Very proud of her. Happy for her.
And Tyler James Williams, and
Hey, happy for everybody hates Chris.
Yeah. I'm pulling for everybody black.
As am I.
Shout out to Issa Rae.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Brother, we smashed this Yacht Rock episode. Please look out for the episode. Look out for the playlists.
All those things.
All those things. Rainfire, all those things.
All those things.
They'll be there. Open Task Podcast, baby. Is this season 4? Are we season 4 now? Can we say that?
I believe we are. This is season.
I
think I quietly called the last episode the beginning of season. Was it season 4?
You said season 3, episode 1, but I knew what you meant.
I meant season 4, episode 1.
I think this is season 4, episode 1. We're claiming that right now.
I'm with it. I'm down. Whatever you want to do.
It's the Christopher Moltisanti season. This is the
Chrissy season. I love it. Okay.
Yeah, Barry Haydu.
No problem.
He killed Barry Haydu in the first episode.
He did.
Hey,
he did.
We love you guys. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, I don't know these other podcast formats, but we're there.
Always.
YouTube. We're on YouTube if you want to see us. You see our resplendent backgrounds. You see me progressively drink out of my Bucky's cup here. Yeah.
Love it. Double walls in the cups.
Bucky's has left. Texas has invaded the rest of the world. Bucky's.
I'm looking here. Why do we need? Why does Cameron need more money? Why do we need to bring Titanic, that sappy bullshit, back? Like I'm really.
Let me tell you something, Joe. One thing I don't say what I'm never gonna do. I never say what I'm never gonna do, because I've done a lot of things I said I'm never gonna do. I ain't never gonna see Avatar 2 Way of Water. Ever. If it's playing in the club like they would do Billy back in the old days when I would go to Club Phenomenon on Franklin Road and Smyrna, I leave. I'm not watching Avatar 2. No Merlot and no Avatar 2. I'm drawing a line.
In a film in a year with Good Will Hunting and LA Confidential, and As Good as It Gets.
Titanic. My mom loves Celine Dion. Shout out to Passman. She loves
always shout out to shoot.
Celine
Always
Dion.
shout out to Passman.
And at my graduation,
I'm not even on Celine. That's fine. I'm fine with it. Celine, that's fine.
At my graduation, they played Titanic. She was watching Titanic.
My heart will go on.
I made them turn Titanic, like take the tape out of the VCR and put in Jerry Maguire. Like, we ain't watching Titanic.
Wow.
Like James, I love Big Jim. Shout out to Terminator 2, to
Sure.
Aliens, a lot of great movies.
Sure.
But like Big Jim, we don't need Avatar. You're doing too much.
He's done. He's at a Billy. He's done it.
Nobody remembers a single line from the first Avatar.
There's not. I see you. That's it.
Avatar is Fern Gully in live action.
Fern Gully. Oh, the songs that year were, of course, My Heart Will Go On, Hercules, Go the Distance. Jeez. Go the Distance, Lord. How Do I Live? Con Air.
That was it.
Journey to the Past and Anastasia. I don't know that one, but Miss Misery by Elliott Smith, which is
that's
pretty
awesome. Very underrated
song. Yeah. As Good as It Gets, The Full Monty, Titanic, Good Will Hunting, and LA Confidential. Okay.
We love you, Big Jim. I don't want no more Avatar.
We don't need no more Avatar.
We don't need no more Avatar.
We don't need no hours to rock the house. Yes, you do. All right,
Joe,
man. Yes.
we will talk offline about our next episode, but we're in season 4, guys.
We are
in earnest.
Four. Coming at you. Coming at you.
4 Horsemen, baby. Woo! Watch that documentary, guys.
I love that documentary. Amazing documentary.
All right, so Open Task Podcast, you can check us out on all those forms of media we talked about. Like us, subscribe, do all those things. Tell a friend.
Oh, I forgot one thing.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it. Talk about it.
It was 20 years ago today. 24 years ago.
Today.
Sergeant Pepper taught the band to play.
Today.
They were going in and out of style, but they're guaranteed to raise a smile. So may I introduce to you the act you know for all these years.
Hey.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Listen, 24 years ago today.
Billy Shears.
Billy.
Yeah.
Shears.
Yeah.
What would you do if you sang?
Yeah. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool though. 24 years ago today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Hey, home box office.
On box office.
HBO. It's not TV, it's HBO.
It's not
Debuted.
TV. It's not HBO. It's regular ass TV.
It's true. The HBO debuted, changed television forever. With the debut of a little show called The Sopranos. I don't have to say anything more about it other than thank God.
Thank God.
And with that, and thank you. Thank God. Thank you.
Yeah.
See, David Chase. Thank you, Terry Winter. Thank you. What's the other one? Thank you all.
Matthew Weiner.
Matthew Weiner, thank you, Van Patten, for all those who directed.
Yeah.
Most assuredly.
Big Jim.
Thank
Real
you,
Big Jim.
Yeah, thank you, Big Jim. Dominic, Sarika, Joey Pants,
Stevie Van
Zandt,
little Stevie,
Michael Imperioli, Lorraine Bracco,
Edie Falco.
Oh my gosh,
Robert Eiler.
Shout out to Robert Eiler, of course. Jamie Lynn, and Miss Merchant. Or Marchand, however you say
Nancy
it.
Marchand,
Nancy Marchand.
Yeah.
I did say Dominic. Johnny Ola here.
Johnny Ola knows his spots like the back of his hand.
Like the back of his hand. Old man Roth would never come here, but Johnny Ola. How would you know that? Anyway.
Okay, sorry.
Literally. But anyway, Sopranos. Happy birthday. Happy 24th.
Birthday, Sopranos.
Happy 24th.
Christian, that's for you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right, guys. Until next time, we out. We'll holler at you.
Peace.